Hi, I'm Sydney and this is my instructional video for Strawberry DNA Food Science Lab. And what I'm going to do in this lab is I'm going to extract DNA from a strawberry. So let's do it. So the first step is to put a bottle of, I can't pronounce it but I'm going to try, isopropyl alcohol in the freezer. So I'm going to quickly do that. The next step is to measure 90 milliliters of water into a beaker or similar container, and then you're supposed to put 10 milliliters of dish soap into the 90 milliliters of water. And I've already done that because my dish soap thing isn't really something that I can just pour in, so I had to just do it earlier. So I have this cup that measures in milliliters, and I have the water and the soap. So yeah, that is the next two steps, and then you need to add a 1/4 teaspoon of salt into the beaker, or in my case I just have a cup, and then after that you just mix it all together. And what I'm making here is the extraction solution, and this is going to help because we're trying to get the DNA, which is in the nucleus of a cell, and we need to first we have to break apart the membrane and all that, and break apart the proteins in order to access the DNA. And this is going to help us do that. So that is what we're making, and this is my extraction solution. Okay, the next step is to place one strawberry, which I have right here, into a Ziploc bag. So I'm going to do that. And then after you put the strawberry in the Ziploc bag, you need to put the solution into the bag with the strawberry. So here's my strawberry, and then I'm gonna pour it in. Okay, so here it is. And then we need to try to get all the air of the bag out of it. So, and then seal the bag. And then here's the fun part. You get to smash the strawberry. So just smash the strawberry. Mine is being a little difficult, but just try to smash it all up. You don't want any large chunks in there. And then after I'm done smashing all of this up, I'm going to pour it through something that will work as a strainer. I'm using a cheesecloth, but anything that will work as a strainer to strain out all the pieces. That would be great. So almost there, still a few pieces. You want to avoid getting bubbles, but I'm getting bubbles, but you want to avoid that because it's a lot easier without the bubbles, I guess. So this is my thing. It still has pieces in it, but I don't really know what to do at this point because even on the table it won't really, I'm not able to smush it very well. So I have a cup, and I'm going to, here's my cheesecloth, put cheesecloth over the cup so that I can filter out the pieces that are still there that I kind of failed to get, and also all the bubbles and just all the unnecessary stuff that we don't want when we're trying to extract our DNA. Okay, so here we go. Okay. So I'll just show you it after I pour some in. Apparently I had a lot more chunks than I thought I did. That's what it looks like for me. Might look slightly different for you if you managed to squish your strawberry better than I did. And then Just try to get as much of the things as possible in there. And then you take that off. Okay. That was kind of gross. Okay. Sorry, I'm not good at filming stuff. That is my solution right there. And then what I'm going to do with that is I'm going to put it in a beaker. Or you want any kind of container like this, or like a test tube. This is all I could find, so this is what I'm going to be using. If you got something smaller, that will probably work better. So I'm just gonna pour this in. You're probably going to want to try to get less bubbles than I have, but that is what mine looks like. Now you have to take the alcohol, the isotropic alcohol, out of the freezer. Okay, so here's my isotropyl, and you add 5 milliliters of it. Okay, I think that's enough. I can see little things that I think are the DNA in the thing. You're not going to be able to see it, but I can see little clumps that I think are the DNA. So I'm going to try to grab it out with the tweezers to show the camera. I did, I got it. Okay. So I got my DNA, and it looks like snot. And this is the DNA of a strawberry. Thanks for watching.